Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is part 2 of my Madison County WMA adventure. Going out and checking out some trails down here that I've definitely never been on. So if you look at part 1, you can see where I started. This will be part 2. Uh-oh, Wyand Road. Where are we at now? Which way do we go? We have no idea. Let's take this one. Let's take the wrong one. There's actually more roads down in here than I thought there was. Pretty cool creek crossing. I never get more amazed at how clear the water is around the Missouri Ozarks and Arkansas Ozarks. Crystal clear. The only place you find muddy water here is after a flood or in a pond. And some of the ponds ain't that way if they're spring-fed ponds. Lots of pine trees down here. One thing I did was bring plenty of water. Especially today, I think it's going to get to like 87 degrees. Right now it says it's 80. But man, down here in these bottoms along the creeks in this shade, it sure don't feel like it's no 80 degrees. It's nice and cool. But you get out in the sun and on top of the hill, it'll be worse. Away from these creek beds. You might feel it. That's the cool thing about a dual sport, guys. An ATV, I've rode them all my life. You know, dirt bikes too, ATVs, but you got to haul them everywhere you go, for one thing. Unless you live right on a place to ride, but you got to haul them, then you unload them. Then everywhere you go, there's no place you can ride because it says no ATVs, no dirt bikes. It's got to be a licensed vehicle to be on these roads because it's actually a state road, kind of like your state highways. So if you're licensed, you can ride pretty much anywhere you want on the state roads. And all these are state owned. But the dual sport, you can just ride to where you want to go, ride the trails, enjoy the nature and the beauty, and then just ride home. You don't have to haul it somewhere. And if you don't want to, if it's long ways, I got a carrier for the back of my Jeep Wrangler, and we load the 250L on the back of that. And if it's a super long ride, so we can haul it behind the Jeep in the nice air condition. We get to where we're going, we can unload, ride the roads and trails, and load it back up and head home. And then all the way home, we don't have to worry about the long ride. You know, if it's like 3 hours or more or something, 2 or 3 hour ride. This ride I came to down here, it's about, I think it was probably about an hour from the house. And I left about 10 o'clock this morning. And right now it's 11:22. So it wasn't a bad ride at all. I mean, I don't mind a 2 or 3 hour ride. I mean, I can ride all day with this Seat Concepts seat on here. To me, it's not bad at all. But now when you ride 2 up, it's a little rougher, of course. These are some extremely nice trails down here. Nothing extreme, but extremely pretty, smooth, It's got some mud holes, is pretty much all there is. And I don't know how many roads there is down here, but we're going to ride some of them today and see. Uh-oh. Kings River Sanctuary. Man, that's the end of this road, too. See, now that's one of the problems you have, is you go a long ways, there's no sign saying no outlet. And you drive all the way or ride all the way, either way, down a road like this, just to have to turn around. But that's part of it. That's part of the adventure. Exploring. Now this is my type of riding here. You can ride all the street bikes, there's nothing wrong with that, riding the highways, but on a Harley or cruisers or Gold Wings, whatever, I've had them. I've not had a Harley, but Gold Wings and cruisers. But this is my type of riding. Out here like this, it's not a fast pace. I don't have to worry about traffic from other vehicles. Very rarely will you ever meet another vehicle on these. And to me, this is a lot more scenery here than there is driving down the highway and looking at other people's houses and buildings. I could care less about that kind of stuff, because most of the beautiful things in nature to see is off out here, off out where there is no people. That scenery across there, that's the Boston Mountains down here in Arkansas. Don't know if this part's called the Boston Mountain Range. I know it's the Ozark Mountains, but the Boston Mountains are down in this area not far. We'll go back up here to that one road and take a right maybe. Here we are. We'll take this one and see where it goes. Maybe just to a campsite. What it's looking like. Yep, that's what it is too. Wouldn't be a bad place to camp, I don't guess. I'm more into camping on a place where I can go fishing. 12C, that may be 12 campsite. Number 12, that may be what that means. No ATVs, I'll tell you, if you ain't got that by now, you're obviously just deciding to do it anyway. Run, squirrel. This road takes us to, it's called the Kings River Overlook, but I think you got to go hiking to actually get to the overlook. Meaning it's not on the road. Yep. It is. Road closed, no vehicles beyond this point. That means it's a good one. Because that's the ones that get closed off, is the good trails. Wouldn't want somebody to break a nail, that's for sure. Tree down. Don't think anybody travels on this one very much. Just a little cut through road because we're back on the main road again. Okay guys, we're going to make a part 3 to this, looks like. Thank y'all for watching Woodzman Adventures. You can check out part 1 also, which will be before this one. Catch y'all on the next one. Right on.